I think it's important to have interpreters at concerts, and because deaf and hard of hearing people like music too, and they have the right to have access to the same shows as hearing people. My name is Rob Kirk, and this is my wife, Marcia. I was born hearing, and I got sick when I was a baby, and I lost 90% of my hearing. So I wear hearing aids and I use sign language. Growing up, I didn't really enjoy going to concerts because I couldn't hear the sounds as well, and I couldn't hear the vocals. So it wasn't fun for me. My old hearing aids had old technology, and it's hard to describe to people how the sound, the music, it's like it's a chunk of sound that comes to your ears, but you can't tell the difference between a guitar. You don't know what's the piano, what's the drum. It's just like one big chunk of sound. Around 2016, my friend told me there's a band that had an interpreter, and so I was really excited because I'd never seen an interpreter at a concert before. So we went to Red Rocks, and it was the first time I saw a performance with an interpreter, and it was just a really incredible experience because I've never had that access before.
My name's Amber Whalen, and I'm the owner of Flow Interpreting. Flow Interpreting was set up in 2016. We specialize in performance interpreting, specifically meaning concerts and plays. I grew up loving music, going to a bunch of rock and roll concerts, punk rock when I was younger, rap shows. And I thought about it, and I knew deaf clients were coming up here, and I wanted to give them the best service possible. So as a person who loves music and loves interpreting, that's why I started it. During the show, how we go ahead and deliver the lyrics and perform is we ask who the client is before we even come to the show. That'll tell you if they are pure American Sign Language, which is kind of backwards from English, or if they want straight English, word, 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 just keeping up with the artist. To prepare, we download all of the lyrics on an iPad. We do study them, but we have that for reference in front of us in case we need it. Aligned to sound. We have in-ears for clarity, for lyrics, and then we always have a light on us illuminating our hands. When we get here, we'll meet with the deaf client, make sure we know their sign style if we don't know them, and then go from there. I think the most important thing is knowing it's not about us. So a lot of my clients, they're here for the rap show. They're here for Christian rock. Like I said, they're here for rock and roll or a country musician I've never heard of. I poke around with the people who contract with me, see if you already know the music and if you're comfortable doing it, and then they come on out. So that's the repertoire I have with my clients, is to let them know I'm gonna get somebody who's gonna match what you want, and if not, I'm gonna try my darndest to study it as much as I can. I believe that ASL services are important to be offered anywhere, but specifically for music, because of that community feeling. So the biggest question I get is, why do deaf people go to concerts? I think that we all go to concerts, A, because we love the band, but B, there is a community there, and you get that vibe, that feeling of just being with other people who love the same thing you love. So that's why I think it's most important. Red Rocks is like a church for people who love music. They come here from all over the country. So.
The first time I went to a concert with an interpreter, it was really amazing because I could share the experience with friends. And I have a lot of friends who enjoy music and go to concerts. So now I can share that moment with them. So since 2016, I've gone to many, many shows, probably 50 to 75 shows a year.
Maybe more.
Maybe more. If there wasn't an interpreter, we wouldn't probably go to the show because it's not, it's enjoyable, and we want to enjoy the full experience.
I'm really grateful that we can enjoy music together. I also love that I get to meet people in the community through Rob and share that experience with them.
And it's really neat because it's so new that not many deaf and hard of hearing people are aware they have access through interpreters. And so hopefully, more and more people are being exposed by it, and they could tell their friends or tell their family, maybe they have deaf or hard of hearing friends and family, and say, hey, you can come to the concert and we can share a show together. They have interpreters, and everyone has access to it. So I think it's really neat that hearing people are getting exposed to it, and deaf and hard of hearing people have more access. Any venue you go to, you should request an interpreter. And you'd be surprised that they will provide interpreters, and you will really enjoy the experience more. And you might even meet other deaf and hard of hearing people, and maybe make some new friends, and maybe you'll want to go more and more shows if you know they have interpreters, because that really opens up a lot of opportunities.
Stay elevated by subscribing to the city's YouTube page, and stay tuned to our social media channels for more content. Don't miss our new episodes of Elevating Denver, premiering each month. Thanks for watching, Denver.